General Mathur, let me discuss the operational matters with you. Then I want to discuss step by step what has been told to us, because now we know, have a greater clarity. Now, in the description that we have heard, that from Siachen to Sir Creek, in 36 locations, up to 400 unmanned aerial vehicles, drones were utilized. We've neutralized about 50 odd of them that we felt were dangerous or were carrying ammunition. Many of them were observational drones. Is it reasonable to suspect that they were doing a drone swarm to try to find vulnerabilities, gaps in our electronic fence?
Absolutely, Rishabh. Absolutely perfectly said. You see, the point is the standard methodology is to do the reconnaissance of the entire front, then get down to your areas of interest. And now these areas of interest will be decided by the information that you obtained by this swarm, this thing, drone kind of a thing. The issue is we have a very strong, powerful air defense grid right from Siachen to Sir Creek. If they have fired drones from Siachen to Sir Creek, we have a gap-free AD umbrella from Siachen to Sir Creek. Now, how these gap-free AD umbrellas are created? You have got all sorts of weapon systems and all sorts of radars. Now, there are AD weapon systems, starting from AD weapon systems held, shoulder-fired AD weapon systems held in the units to S-400. And now, when you do the air defense planning of the entire theater, you incorporate each one of these AD assets. And no matter who the AD assets belong, that AD umbrella and that AD gap-free grid is created. The dead zone of one weapon is covered by another weapon, and the gap, the radar gap, the surveillance gap of one radar is covered by by an overlap by the other radar.
Okay.
I can guarantee you, just to give one more second, that this grid is very, very good, and because of which all 400, mind you, all 400 drones were neutralized without having caused any loss to us. And I can tell you, not 15, many more were carrying ammunition. The loiter variety, they were carrying ammunition.
Okay, next quick question. All right, so now, so we are assuming that what they have attempted last night is to try to find gaps in the electronic fence, and probably what has happened now is a dark realization that such said gaps are either non-existent or few and far between, that nothing that they wanted to achieve could be achieved. Now, next obvious question, sir, is that these were, we are being told, being forensically examined. We know that at least one of them has fallen intact. Now, the word used is kinetic and non-kinetic means, and let me, for our viewers, describe what that means. Non-kinetic means that you either use some sort of radio jamming or infrared technology, that the drone has simply fallen out of the sky because it has lost connection to its operator from across the border. Kinetic means, of course, is that you used some sort of fire, or you use some sort of missile technology to take it down. All of these have to work together.
Absolutely, Rishabh. I'll tell you, the kinetic and non-kinetic, the explanation is very, very simple. Kinetic means something fired. You launch something, that becomes kinetic. And non-kinetic is that when you launch nothing, your electronic support measures, your electronic countermeasures, and electronic counter measures, they are non-kinetic. I'll give you one example. I think that will set things right. The example is what Israel did to Hezbollah when they attacked their mobile telephones and their walkie-talkies. That was a greatest example of a non-kinetic attack on enemy. The entire lower level of leadership of Hezbollah was neutralized by one master stroke of a non-kinetic strike. Okay. So that is that should put the things in place.
Okay, yeah. Quick follow-up question, sir. Now, as I mentioned, Siddharth, can we pull out that photograph? I think it's come from somewhere near Batinda. This has been taken by the Punjab police. This is one of the drones which has fallen in a field. It is intact, and we are, of course, collecting debris. Today you saw the Punjab police out in the fields in large numbers, trying to collect all the drone debris. And why we're doing it is to understand the point of origin of these drones and of course their capabilities. What we've been told publicly that these are Turkish-made drones, General Mathur.
See, the point is, it is. I didn't get the last part of your question, Rishabh.
All made in Turkey, sir. All made in Turkey. As in the main ones are made in Turkey.
Yes. Rishabh, if you recollect, I spoke on your channel itself that those 6 aircrafts which had come for refueling, so to say, they were not there for refueling. That was the first consignment of military hardware delivered to Pakistan by Turkey. It is as simple as that. And what has now come out of there are these drones. But the point is, see, if we have understood the Pakis by now, last 3-4 days have proved one thing beyond doubt. You give them anything, you give them a Brahmastra, you give them a Indra ka Vajra, still they'll sort it out some way or the other and they'll not be able to make use of it. If you get high-end drones from Turkey and 400 of them you launch in a Hamas style against India and not one reaches the target, I think the man behind the machine makes all the difference, and it has been proven many number of times beyond any kind of doubt. Now, this kind of help and that ship which is loitering in and around Karachi is also, I can tell you, carrying some kind of assistance for that. The Pakis were very well aware of their stocks of artillery, ammunition, and many other things, and that is why before they did anything funny, Munir Saab went to Turkey. I hope we are aware of that trip. And he went there and then he cried there to fill these gaps. And these 6 aircrafts and that one ship had come to somehow make up for that gap, because as per previous chief of the Pakistan Army, Mr. Bajwa, General Bajwa, so he had said that we are woefully short of the critical artillery ammunition.
Okay, there you have it. Okay, I'm sorry to...
Also the ability, Rishabh, ability to, somehow...
Okay, just stay with me. There you have it. That's from Hoshiarpur.